Well, hey, what is up, everyone? This is Freed's first time whiskey reviews, and my name is Freed. If you are new to this channel, I'm just an average dude that likes to talk about whiskey and pair it with music. That sound like something you would be into? Please consider subscribing, or at least give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. It would mean a lot. Thank you in advance. Today we're checking out the LUM REEK 10-year-old cask strength. It's MacNair's, so it's basically a Billy Walker brainchild, and I covered it a little bit in my Reddit You Only Need 5 Bottles video, which I'll link up in one of those corners. I forget which one it was. But I feel as if it needed just a deeper dive because this bottle is just special for me. I'm really enjoying it thus far. I know it doesn't look like it, but a little goes a long way, and you can sit there and savor a little bit of it. So, Billy Walker took his GlenAllachie, where he's the master distiller, and he blended it with some single malts from Speyside and from Islay. Now, he won't say which ones.
Where are they? Geez, I don't see them.
If I could take a shot in the dark, I would say Bamore from Islay, but that's just my guess. As far as the Speyside goes, who the fuck knows? I don't know. I'm not that good to be able to pinpoint Speysides. Those things are way too similar for me, especially when you blend it in with a peaty whiskey. It's going to be hiding a lot more than it would be normally. So yeah, it's 55.4% ABV. It was in virgin oak barrels, it was in sherry barrels, and it was in wine barrique barrels. So that color, that's where that comes from. This is naturally presented, so no artificial coloring and no chill filtration. Well, that's that. There's that information. I think we should just jump in and drink some of it because it's just staring at me, taunting me. Nice. I have already given this whiskey a musical pairing, which is what I do. If you're new to this channel, I give whiskey a musical pairing at the end. And I think, whiskey and music are pretty compatible. And I'll talk about it again a little bit more at the end of this video. In case you're wondering, it's Close to the Edge by the band Yes. The link will be in the description below. So yeah, let's just check out the color on this thing. That is a really cool color. It's like a tawny amber. It's really nice. It's a nice dark for a whiskey dark. Good stuff. On the nose, man, I tell you, dude, when I was doing my notes on this thing, I probably spent 45 minutes just smelling it. This whiff is good. And if you watch my channel, I'm an olfactory-centric guy. So I really love a good nose. And I can spend more time digging through a nose than I can a palate. But that's just me. See, on this nose, it's like a hunk of peat wrapped in like a sherry caramel, if that makes any sense. I'm getting some red fruits, like jammy red fruits, like made into a jam. Like musky basement, which I like that smell a lot. River rocks. Those two are similar for me, basement and river rocks. Like a den, like a downstairs den that has a wood-burning fireplace. It's not smoky. It's not all that smoky. It's there. It's veined throughout, but it's really not a front player. It's kind of just hanging out in the background. Man, that's beautiful. It smells so good. All right, I'm just gonna hop in and take a drink. All right, come back. Yeah, dude. That's yummy. That's yummy. The strength is actually pretty hidden. I mean, it doesn't drink like 55.4% in my opinion. It drinks much lower. And that's great. Gosh, it's making me salivate. It's bizarre. It's dry, but it's also making me salivate at the same time. It just doesn't make any sense. But I'm okay with it. Whiskey doesn't have to make sense. Whiskey is under no obligation to make sense to us. Let's see. I'm getting some rhubarb candy, some ginger snaps, like really juicy fruits, not like the taste is gonna move, yeah, juicy fruit. I'm talking about actual fruits that are juicy. I might have dated myself there with that juicy fruit commercial jingle. Whatever, it is what it is. like a sherry fudge. It is very fudgy. You do more so on the nose, now that I'm finding, with the retronasal, more so on the nose, you're getting some of that, the grapey, red, winey type of vibe. And maybe that's where the dryness is coming from, either from the sherry, the Oloroso, if it is Oloroso, or the red wine, because that could be the drying element too. Yeah. This is awesome. And it's only like 70 bucks. It's a really good price for a cask strength whiskey. It's and age stated. It's awesome. If you can find this, I strongly recommend picking it up because it's really, really nice. And the song Close to the Edge by Yes complements it perfectly, dude. It really, really does, because it starts off kind of noisy. Things don't match, because in my opinion, the nose and the palate, they don't really match that well. I mean, you've had some whiskeys before where you get exactly what you smelled. Well, not exactly what you smelled, but you kind of had a good idea of what you were going to taste from the nose. This one is not so much. It's a bit on the ambiguous side. So at the beginning of that song, you're kind of confused as to what you're going to get, because it's a long one, as this one is. The finish on this is quite long, and that ginger snap comes back, that rhubarb candy comes back, and like I said, it's drying but also salivating at the same time, which is very strange, so forgive me if I'm swallowing my spit very often. But yeah, but then as the song goes on, it starts to, everything starts to meld together and harmonize and become just one symphonic, is that a word? Symphonic?
What in heaven's name are you talking about?
Masterpiece, and it's beautiful, and that's what this thing does. It might take you a second, but it will get you there, I promise. It will all come together. The nose and the palate, all those senses will combine, and you'll find the beauty that is this. And I can't recommend it enough. It's really tasty. It's not a peat bomb. It's not. You might think it would be because it has peated really big on the side. It has 2 different Islay distilleries involved in it. But it's actually pretty subtle. I don't think they use that much of it. It's really, really mellow. You know what it actually reminds me of? Is if you took the Enoch peat heart, you dialed the peat down a scotch, and you sherried it. I would say that's pretty damn close. But that's just my palate speaking, so I can't really attest for anybody else's. But if you find it, pick it up. It really is a good addition to your collection, and I think you and your friends could really enjoy this together and have it's just an education in a bottle, as I mentioned before in the previous video. Worth it, and you can learn a lot. I learned a lot about the whiskey world, period, just from this one bottle. It's rad. Really cool. All right, well, it's blocking my money maker, man. I did that to myself. Cool, so yeah, MacNair's LUM REEK, 10-year-old cask strength, paired with Yes's Close to the Edge. Oh yeah, enjoy that. Thank you for coming by. I do appreciate it. Again, please consider subscribing. If you don't, just give me a thumbs up. That would mean a lot. My goal is 200 subs by year's end, and I think I can do it. Let's be optimistic. Let's do this, okay? Thank you very much again, and we'll see you next time.